What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your time. For any of those that are following my build, you know that right now I am getting the 408 cleaver back in the car. For those of you who haven't been here before, there's a shot of the cleaver. If you don't know what a cleaver is, there's a link up here, but it's basically Windsor head or Cleveland heads on a Windsor block. So you can have a 302 Boss, which was in the '69 Mustang, or you can have a 351 cleaver. Same thing, different intake manifolds because of the deck height difference. Anyway, I was mocking up my accessories. You can see here, there's my supercharger bracket, alternator. I had everything else on here, and I was putting my power steering pump on. And after I had painted it, I dropped it on the ground, and I broke my power steering pump pulley. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Sorry, let me get my big nuts out of the way. So here you can see there is a chip. Let me zoom in on that for you. There is a chip out of the gear there. So I dropped my power steering pump when I was taking it. I had actually taken it apart already, and I had painted it, and I was picking it up to put it on the car, and yeah. So I wanted to put a new one on here because it's broke pretty bad. It's chipped there. It's got another chip here. I did a number on it. So we're going to walk you through how to take this pulley off and get a new one on. And what I did, they actually sell, this one's like a composite plastic. They sell steel replacements. So I got this one from LMR for like 35 bucks. It was a super good deal, and I figured for a steel replacement, it's a good condition. I mean, it's a nice piece. So we're going to put this one on, but I'm going to walk you through how to remove this, and it's super simple. For those of you who've never done this, it is a press-on type pulley. So you have to have, I've seen people use a 3-jaw puller on these, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. I have a specific puller for this. I'll show you my kit. So here is my service kit that I have for it. And it comes with a puller, but it also comes with an install tool. So the nice thing about this is it makes putting it back on really easy. And it comes with a lot of extra parts to fit a lot of different types of pulleys. So for the Foxbodies that we're doing, you've got this guy right here. And what this does is it goes around the snout of the pulley like this. And then this piece keeps it together like that. And then you have to use a guy like this, and what this does is it pushes against the snout of the actual pump, and this nut will pull the pulley off. So it's super simple. This just goes in here along with it. So we'll pull this collar back off. We'll put this in here. Get it to fit, slide our collar on, and then from here, all you're going to do, you have to hold this nut stationary and then crank down on this one. So what I like to do, I've got it on my bench, but if it's in the car, same thing. You got to have a wrench. You got to hold this outside nut here. And I like to stabilize it on the table like that. And then I'm just going to put a ratchet on this and just crank it down. Now, if you've got this on your bench, you'll have to make sure you got a good hold of it, because it can be kind of a struggle to get this to budge at first, especially if you've never had it off. I've had this one off once before, I think, but I put grease on the shaft when I put it back together, so it should make getting this apart a little bit easier. And you're just going to keep cranking on this until the pulley comes off. Almost there. Just like that. So you can see we pulled that right off. So when you push it back on, the nice thing about it is that you'll know when it stops. You'll know when it bottoms out because this will be flush with this. Okay? So we're gonna get a little bit of grease. We're gonna put some grease inside there, and then we're gonna use this tool. And it comes with a bunch of different adapters, right? So you find one that threads into your pulley, like that one there, and it makes installing it a heck of a lot easier because it comes with this nut here that'll slide on there. So this one actually fits right in, so we can thread it in right here, and then all we do is tighten this nut, and it pushes the pulley back on. So let me find some grease. We will get the pulley greased up a little bit so it slides on easier. Multi-purpose grease here. We don't need a ton. We just put a little on the front of the shaft where it first starts going in. If you don't lube the shaft up, sometimes it's hard to get it to go in. So we'll lube up the inside of the hole here too. There we go. Plenty of lubricant. Now, we'll put the pulley onto the new shaft, or the new pulley onto the old shaft, rather. Get our tool started here. Here we go. Now we're going to hold this the opposite way. So we'll have, so this is going to get spun on that way. So it's going to want to try to move that way also. So we'll put our ratchet on here. The way it's not going to move, and then on here we'll just crank it down. Sometimes these really are a pain in the butt. I noticed that mine the bearing was getting kind of bound up inside because I've used this a lot. And so it was spinning everything, the shaft included. So you got to make sure you watch that. This pulley has to stay stationary while you drive it on. Otherwise it's spinning the shaft as well. And when the shaft is spinning, that's just weird for everybody. And every now and then I'll back this off and see how close I am to being done. Like I said, your goal here is to make sure that you get, you can see in there, your goal is to make sure that the front of the pump shaft is even with the front of the pulley. So we got a little bit more left to go. Well, might be it. It's bottomed out on the back side. So that's going to have to do on mine. It is completely bottomed out. If you look at the back of you can't see where the silver part used to be on the shaft, so we can tell it's bottomed out. So we're going to leave it at that, and it is so close on the front. I might be able to go another, I don't know, a very, very tiny amount, maybe a mil. I don't know, but we're going to leave it like that. So now we take the tool out of here. We're done with it. And voila. We got our new pulley on. Alright guys, that's it. That's swapping out the power steering pump pulley. Pretty easy deal. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on the cleaver as I get her put together. If you guys would like to support what I do here on the channel, I'll leave a link to my website up here, but also in the description. I've got hats, I've got stickers, and I also sell some dash options for those guys who run a Mega Squirt. So, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.